OpenAI finally released Sora. Yay! And I don't have access to it. See, I live in Europe and here we are always the last ones to get access. So I decided, instead of whining about it, to actually start learning so that the day I have access to Sora, I can hit the ground running. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna create a video showing you guys the materials I went through to actually learn about Sora. You are going to see and hear about other people's material. So let's jump right into it. Hey, what's up everyone? Ronnie here. Welcome back to our channel. This is the place for you to learn about Canva, but also to learn about these new AI tools, just like OpenAI's Sora, which unfortunately I don't yet have access to. And you might be in the same situation, and if that's the case, that's okay. This video can still be useful because in it, I'm gonna introduce you to some of the best learning material I came across that allows me to be ready, to get prepared and learn what Sora is, what it can do, the features, if it's any good, so that the day I do have access, I know exactly what to do and I can hit the ground running. That's the purpose of this video. We are going to jump right in. We're going to go through other content creators' content and hopefully help you navigate this and be ready as well the day you have access. But before we do, I have a special announcement. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. European time, so that's Barcelona time, I think it's 7 a.m. New York time or 6 p.m. New Delhi time, we will have a live session right here on this channel to learn about Sora, where I will be joined by Tianyu. Tianyu is my friend from Singapore, is an absolute expert when it comes to everything AI. He was the first person who introduced me to DALL-E. We created the DALL-E master course together that you can find on Udemy. And now he really focuses on AI videos. So when Sora came out, he was just right on it. And he accepted to join me tomorrow for a 1 hour-ish live session right here on this channel where he will be demoing Sora. So you will see firsthand how to use it, how it looks like from the inside, and you will have an opportunity to ask your questions as well if you join us. So there will be a link in the description of this video. You can click that. It will show you the thumbnail of tomorrow's video. You can click on that and join us tomorrow. All right, I'm done with the housekeeping announcement. Now let's dive into today's content and start learning about Sora. After watching dozens of videos about Sora on YouTube, I believe the best video to start with, which is appropriate for beginners and experts alike, is Marques Brownlee's review of Sora. The best in the game, video production, top notch. The video is about 16 minutes long and I think this is where you should start. And I've decided not to show too much of the content I'm going to be talking about, so other creators' content, just out of respect for them and their work. You will see some really short snippets of what I'm talking about, but most of the time I prefer to send you directly so that you watch their video. They put in a lot of work behind these videos and I respect that. So I think this is the best video to start with. The video actually starts around the 2-ish minute mark where Marques gives us a tour of the UI of Sora. So for someone like me who doesn't yet have access to Sora, it's super interesting to see how it looks from the inside. The first thing that I didn't know that I learned that Marques showed us in this video at the beginning of the video is that you can actually, when you are using Sora, you can actually see the prompt of the example videos that you will see there. And Marques explains that you can also save these prompts for later. So that has a great educational value if you want to analyze how the prompts are being written or even use some of the same structure to create your own prompt. And then the next thing I learned in this video is that Sora has a folder system. So you can actually organize your video generation projects in folders. You can rename them, you can put folders, which ChatGPT was not great at for a very long time. And it's still not great for that. Like ChatGPT's organization is not the best. Like I wish I could have folders and put conversations into these folders. Well, it seems that this is possible in Sora. So that's a good news. And then after giving us that tour of what Sora looks like, Marques takes us on a deeper dive into specific features, and he highlights 3 of them, if I remember correctly. The first one is Remix, and he shows us with create his own example videos, how you can go from one video, type in a prompt, and then change that video or remix that video. Then he elaborates about storyboard, which is, according to him, a very powerful way of stringing different prompts together in order to create a longer video, in order to create a story. And then he talks about generating videos starting from a still image, from a photo. And he also shows how to do that. Altogether, this is a great video to start with for several reasons. First, Marques probably had early access to Sora, so he and his team probably has had more time to play around with the tool, come up with a very comprehensive first impression video, first impression review, and you can feel that. You can feel it's different from all the other first reaction video about Sora, where people were showing the same footage from the OpenAI's website. Marques' video is different. He uses his own example. So that's something I really liked about this video. The second thing I really like about Marques' video is that he shows us the prompt he used for every video example he's showing us on screen. So if you do have access to the tool, I believe this is very valuable because you can start trying to reproduce the examples he's showing. He goes into more detail about the things Sora is very good at and the things Sora is not that great at. And then he wraps up the video talking about the ethical concern. I like how he got there. I'm not going to spoil it, but basically he demonstrates something through a video that he prompted in Sora to bring on the question, like, where does that stuff come from? What kind of material was the model trained on? You know, like, how does he know so much about videos? Where does the data come from? So very interesting point there. He also briefly talks about the environmental aspects and impact of such a model, like how much energy it consumes, how much water it consumes. So he raises all of these questions to finish the video on a kind of a mixed impression about the tool. But nevertheless, this is the video you should absolutely start with because it's a comprehensive one and because it's highly produced and because it's Marques. So start your journey right there. Once you're done with Marques' video, I suggest you move on to Theoretically Media, which is another YouTube channel animated by Tim, who has a background in filmmaking, and he creates good videos about AI and all of the different video AI models. So two videos in particular that I would recommend you watch in that particular order. Start with this one right here. It says Sora worth $200. So in this video, he explains his first impression with Sora. So he explains that he actually paid for the $200 plan to get access to ChatGPT Pro, which unlocks unlimited use of Sora with the most access that there is today, right? So he explains that and he shows his first-hand experience generating his first videos with Sora, and he kind of comments through the entire process. In this first video, you will learn that Sora is actually quite slow in generating the images, sometimes taking several minutes or dozens of minutes to generate videos, and also that the higher quality you try to generate, the longer time it would take. It's kind of a no-brainer, but he seemed to be quite surprised at how slow the models were generating. Also, from this first video, we can learn that the models hallucinate quite a lot. And by hallucination, I mean that the model actually generates unrealistic footage, defying the laws of physics. Or in the video, he shows the example of the man in a blue suit walking past the camera, and we can see at some point the man adjusting his vest, his blazer, and the tie having a weird, like unrealistic movement. So that's a typical hallucination from these AI models. Almost every single clip he has generated in this video had some sort of hallucination in it. So don't expect something to be fully baked already. The model is still very early and very young and full of these hallucinations. The reason why I picked these two videos in particular is that Tim seems like a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to AI video models. He has a background in filmmaking and video making, so he knows about the tools, like the OG tools of editing and producing videos, but he also has dived quite deep into the other AI video tools that were available since OpenAI announced Sora about beginning of 2024. And the time they actually released it, a lot of competitors have kind of like established themselves, like Runway, Luma, Kling, Minimax. All of these models, all of these companies have launched their AI video models. And so there is a lot to play around with at this time. So Tim is one of these guys, just like Tianyu, who has experimented a lot with these tools and can compare the tools and also uses several of these tools in their day-to-day workflow. So I found it very interesting to hear some feedback and opinions about Sora from a person like that. So that was this video right here, posted 3 days ago from the day I'm shooting this video. And then he released another video called Sora has a secret superpower. Is it worth $200 now? Okay, so that's kind of the continuation of the first one. I paid $200 for Sora. Is it worth it? That's the continuation. He goes a bit deeper. He shows more examples. And then he talks about that one feature that he believes Sora does very well. And that feature is to generate a video with Sora based on a video input, which apparently you will need a ChatGPT Pro, so the $200 per month plan, to have access to be able to upload a video as your uploaded media instead of a still image. So according to Tim, that feature is very good in Sora. And he goes about showing different examples or previous videos he has generated with the other models, Runway or Kling or the other models that he has used in the past, and how you can upscale that with Sora. So I found this passage super interesting, especially for people who are actively editing videos and producing videos. This passage of the video was very interesting. The only thing I didn't like about Tim's videos is that he kept on using these sexy characters as the topic of his examples. I personally believe that we see enough of this sexualized content on TV, in the cinema, or even in advertisement. We don't need to see more of that on YouTube, especially coming from an educational channel. I don't think this was relevant nor necessary, but hey, everyone has his own style, and that's what he uses in his examples. But I much prefer examples like the one Marcus was showing us. Anyway, that's just a parenthesis. It doesn't take away too much from the quality of his video, and I really appreciated the content. So that would be my next recommendation for you. Watch Theoretically Media and the 2 videos I just showed you. These are all quality, detailed, and quite objective opinions about a guy who has been working in that industry for a long time, apparently. And then, for those of you who really want to go deep down the Sora or the AI video rabbit hole, I strongly suggest you follow Tianyu on LinkedIn. This QR code right here will lead straight to Tianyu's profile. If you scan it with your phone and you're watching this video with your phone, don't forget to come back to the video. But yeah, scan this or scan it afterwards, but do follow Tianyu on LinkedIn. Why? Well, because he has the best content about AI video generation that I could think of. I haven't seen anyone else going that deep so consistently and with such strong objective criteria to judge these different AI models. So 4 posts in particular. And again, I'm going to be gathering all of this educational material in a little Canva document. I will leave a link to that document in the description of this video as well. So you can find Marcus's video, Tim's videos, and the 4 posts right here from Tianyu's profile and go through that at your own pace. But yeah, 4 posts I wanted to go over. The very first one is this one, Sora versus Runway versus Hylio versus Kling and Luma. Okay, so Tianyu here explains that he paid the $200 in order to be able to test Sora, and he gives kind of his insights on how well it performed when compared to the other models that were already right there on the market. And what you can see here is Tianyu's now legendary white cat with the yellow dresses. Tianyu has become somewhat famous for his white cat character, and I think it's very smart that he uses animals instead of humans, because these models have limitations when it comes to generating body parts of humans. So using animals kind of avoids that controversy, avoids these kinds of mistakes. So I appreciate that. That's the first post I would recommend you check out. Then there is this second one, On this one, he focuses on architecture. How good is Sora to generate some architectural videos? And he also shares the prompts he's using right here. So what you see here is some of the footage he was able to generate with Sora, and you see no cherry picking, meaning he's showing you everything, not just the best result, he's just showing you the whole thing, like everything he has been generating. And believe me, Tianyu has been prompting like a madman, like he probably is one of the persons spending the most time on these models. So yeah, I think it's interesting to see like real life examples of what can be done, what can be generated. So that's the second post I would recommend you check out, focusing on architecture. And when you're done with that, I suggest you move on to the third post where you will learn with Tianyu how to use the storyboard feature. Okay, so I have generated over 150 videos on Sora. Here is what I found. Okay, I'm not going to read all of that. I want you to discover it on his LinkedIn profile. So this is Tianyu's take on the storyboard feature. So if you want to learn more about that, and also when you check out Tianyu's content, don't forget to dive into the comments because there are some really nice follow-up conversations there. I know that Tianyu answers every single comment. So yeah, just dive in there and learn some more. And you will see, you will discover other people who are in that AI video space. Start following them as well. That's why it's called a rabbit hole, because you keep digging and you go deeper. Right? And then I have one final post, the most recent one to date. There will be more, I'm sure. This one focuses on a feature called Remix that I already mentioned to you, talking about Tim's videos where you input a video into Sora to generate another video. So this is kind of how it works. You film yourself with your webcam or your phone, and then you have a video that you can input into Sora and start prompting and changing that video. So I also highly recommend you read this and you dive into the conversation in the comments. You see here 61 comments as well. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for our live session on YouTube, 1 p.m. Barcelona time, 7 a.m. New York time, 6 p.m. New Delhi. There will be a link in the description where you can get notified when we go live, or you can watch it later on our channel. It's really up to you. It's going to be under the live sessions tab. Okay, make sure you check it out. I hope to see you there tomorrow with some great questions for Tianyu. I'll be there. I'll be asking him tough questions. But yeah, you are all invited. It's going to be there. It's going to be free. He usually charges about $50 for similar webinars. So be happy that this is going to be for free right here on this channel. I'll see you there tomorrow.